She's in the car. Thought it was going to be cool today, but it's not looking like that. These are killer clouds today, though, I'll tell you that. Pretty busy here. It's nice, rainy this morning. Slept in today, I never do that. These clouds are killer today. Drink this coffee and hit the road. I was gonna go out to Ann Arbor, but now that it's this hot. Stay there, hon. Hi, hon. Dad, be right back, honey. Stay there, stay. It's too hot for you, honey. Okay, hang on there now. You're not gonna like it out here in the sun. Okay, come here. You're not gonna like it out there, honey. Over here. It's an old 717. No, it's a CRJ. Hey, Mari. Oh, it did, huh? Met in Detroit Airport. There's a place, if you're looking for a new computer, you know, I don't know what you use your computer for, but there's a place on eBay, and you can order from them outside. Adamant, A-D-A-M-A-N-T. They're in Cleveland, Ohio. Excellent place to deal with. Get every kind of computer in the world. Go on eBay. I think they've got like 7,000 listings. Depending on your application, you can't beat them at all. You can end up custom making a computer to what your needs are, like if you need a lot of RAM, if you're doing video. I highly recommend them. Don't buy a box computer out of Walmart or Best Buy or something. Hey, Greg. Hey, Stephanie. Are you trying to find a computer, Mari? Are you looking for one or not? Adamant, yeah, you can't beat them. These guys really know their stuff, and they don't use cheapo parts. You can get any kind of processor, any kind of configuration you want. But you know, if you're not doing like video editing, like something I'm doing, I mean, you don't really need much, to tell you the truth. You can get a computer so cheap now. But I would never buy, as years went by, I had computers in the office uh, prior to 1998, but 1998 was the only time I just started learning a computer, and I moved to Chicago. And I've learned so much since then, and when you first start out, you just go to a computer and store and say, I need a computer, but over time you realize what suits your needs better, just like an automobile. Oh, an iPad? Yeah, why? There's no way it should be 2 months. I'm not a Apple guy myself, but look at these planes today. Hello? I don't know if I'm going to go to Ann Arbor now. It's hotter than I thought it was going to be. There's my favorite tree over there. This tree needs to be a national symbol. It's the only example I can think of offhand where it looks as good dead as when it was alive. Come on, hon. Hey, over here. Let's hit the road, honey. Hit the road, baby. Good girl. Good. Yeah, you're a good baby. Oh, you hung over? Oh, good for you, man. I don't know why an iPad would take 2 months. Okay, hon. Good girl, hon. Yeah, actually, I'm going to take Daisy back to the hotel. It's too hot. It was nice and cool, and it was supposed to only be 74 today. And it's way too humid. Yeah, I slept great. I slept in today. I went to bed about 1, 2, woke up, and then looked out and just fell asleep again. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've had times like that. Yeah, I thought it was a great start, but it's too hot, and to have Daisy riding around this early, if it's like this at 12:30 or whatever it is. So I made the mistake of taking her, so I'm going to take her back to the hotel. I could take her down to, maybe I should take her to her park first. But it's even too hot for that, to be honest with you. These hotels are getting a little busier, which is nice to see. Well, it's not hot, it's humid. Today was going to be one of the cooler days. But it's like not bad where I'm at right now, but stopped back there even with the breeze. I just don't want to, I don't have fun doing anything if I'm leaving her, even if it's in the shade. So rather than worry about it, I'll wait till it cools down tonight, come back and get her. There's a CRJ jet. That's all right, they redid the roads here. So actually I've been taking this way instead of the expressway. For two reasons. One, it's not bad. Two, it's a more interesting drive. Well, three, there's less traffic. And four, I don't need to worry about that crazy state trooper making up things, pulling me over. I'm telling you, there's something off with that guy. It's a beautiful day for me, but I don't think it's a beautiful day to take Daisy around. You know, back in the day, like hotels and motels, they'd be the same place forever. But in the last 20 years, these places are always switching names. That's a terrible McDonald's there. One of the worst. I think you're right. Yeah, they really are. I'm afraid to acknowledge what's going to happen to northern Michigan businesses. I mean, from day one, you depended on June till the end of August. This should be a rocking week up there now. And it probably is busy, but when you can only allow 50% capacity in a restaurant, that's not going to work going into the winter. Oh, did it? Air mattress went flat, huh? I am gonna if these traveling restrictions are lifted and you don't need to wear a hazardous waste uniform to go into another state, I'm gonna go out west in it pretty soon. Hey, how you doing? It's a nice Sunday day, though, I'll tell you that. I thought, well, I'll get up and go out to Ann Arbor. I haven't been out there in a while. I spent so much time in Ann Arbor. I even was in Ann Arbor probably once a week up until a few years ago. Now I hardly ever go there. Pretty stiff wind out of the west today. Northwest, actually. Those jets, if you notice, they were really loud today, and I actually thought they may have been landing with a slight tailwind, which wouldn't make any sense why they were so loud. Oh, even in Portugal, huh? Sorry about that. I really would have looked forward to a rainy day. They need it, and it's just kind of cool. Places like this, these clubs and stuff like this, bars, they were, even this, like, look at this gas station, out of business. I mean, it's bad out there. I see the little beer store down from the hotel went out of business. No, Kyle, I haven't seen. Is that happening, huh? Mass exodus, huh? Huh. These CVS stores, they look kind of junky too. So do Rite Aid compared to Walgreens. Really, what are they getting out of there for? Crime, or cost too much, or no jobs, or what? San Francisco is so ridiculously expensive. I mean, if you're rich, it's probably a great place to live. Wow. I got a buddy of mine's got a daughter in Oakland. They just paid like $700,000 for this little dinky loft. Oh, okay, that's good, Rachel. Yeah, working from home sucks though. I've done it before. You know, there's some pretty good studies out there that have been around for a long time, and they talk about the importance of this limited time period people socialize, whether it's getting a coffee like I do, or saying hello to the hotel clerk. And when that goes away, for a lot of people, it really has significant effects on their mental health. That's kind of how it was with me in Chicago. You know, we had a 24-hour doorman, and those guys were actually psychologists. You know, they were always talking to residents, and just the brief little interaction made their day. Good, how you doing, Jane? Oh, you like them? That's good, thank you. I'm gonna drop Daisy off the hotel. It's hotter than I thought. see the top of the Renaissance Center. I've never noticed that from this far away. Way down. Hey, Donna. Oh, hey, Christy. How you doing? I've got Sherry's interview. What I do, somebody was complaining about it last night, but to me, the thank you video, I don't want to have somebody subsidize my interviews. So I do the thank you video, and then I do a separate interview so they can, and I don't hardly ever link them together because I think it'd be too long to tell you the truth. Upload Sherry's interview, but it's uploading now. I clicked on that accidentally. I do have Melissa's, yeah, I'll upload that one too, yeah. Hang on one sec. Come on, hon, I'm gonna put you in the hotel room, honey. Cause you're a good girl. Come on, Dazer. Come on, hon. Come on, babe. Come on, honey. Come on. Where you at back there? Come on. It's too hot, I know. Come on, you good boy. I know it's cool back there, but it's not gonna be much, hon. Oh, you good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl, honey. Sorry about that. Somebody asking me some questions? Yeah, Jamie's looking really good. Yeah, little man, how you doing? Yeah, I don't mess with Facebook. Because I go by that tree all the time, take photos of it. It's a cool looking tree, especially at night. I think it is. Now I can, if I got Daisy out running around and dunk her in the water, it's no big deal. But I was going to go out to Ann Arbor, and I still may go out there. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, send it to P.O. Box 41, West Branch, West, W-E-S-T Branch, Michigan 48661. Tom Reed, R-E-E-D. Thanks. See, this gas station went tits up. Yeah, well, it's a good question. I don't know. It's very humid, even though the temperature's not that high. I'm not really sure. It was supposed to only get to 74 today, which, it may only be 74, but it's high humidity. You see all these big Florida-like clouds hanging around. I should have known that before I took off, but it seemed okay. And yeah, they say they want journals, but honestly, I've provided those plenty of times. And, it's like a lot of things. You like the idea of it. You want to do it, but they never get around to doing it. One problem with a lot of the women, I'm not saying it's a problem, it's just something that happens a lot. And when they get high and they nod out or pass out or fall asleep after being up a week on crack, all their stuff is missing. They forget where they place it. Sometimes it's stolen, sometimes it's just forgotten about. Yeah, I heard of that Slab City. Yeah. Boy, 98 degrees in this shade. When's their cool part of the year out there? Well, what's the coolest it gets? I absolutely hate hot weather. Look at that car. I hate hot weather. I do. That's part of the reason why I hated Florida. Not all of it, but part of it. This weather sucks. This is why I don't live in Florida, is to get away from weather like we've had all summer here. This is such bullshit. We're not even getting any good winters. It's little bullshit snowstorms. I like Las Vegas to go out there and just get lost for a week. You probably watched the movie Leaving Las Vegas. It was just a perfect setting. I like it there because I don't know anybody and I just wander in and out of casinos all night long, fool around slot machines. But I don't like that hot weather. You know, and I don't really into that kind of party atmosphere all the time. I used to like it in the good old days when, you know, things were doing well and you could just go into any casino anywhere and you'd see like a band playing. They'd have like 3 bands playing at different places at the casino. It'd be like killer bands, just excellent musicians. I was at Tunica down at Robinsonville, Mississippi during the heydays. Man, there was nothing like it. I thought it was better than Las Vegas. Way better than Atlantic City. I spent the whole month there one time. I had a buddy of mine, I mentioned it before, that won that Fear Factor when it first came out. And he modeled full time, and you know, women were always wanting to bang him, and that's who I was with down there, so we hardly paid for anything. They were always giving him free everything. And I was kind of with him, so I got it too. Other than that, I'd have been paying full price. But you'd be down there at Tunica during the good old days. I'm talking about like 2001, 2002. And people would just be hitting jackpots left and right. A guy next to me one time won $256,000. I mean, and that's when they had coins. And it was just fun. I mean, it was nothing to win 2, 3, 4 grand. I mean, you stood a good chance when you went out there of hitting something. And that place is absolutely dead now. I feel sorry for them. You know, they kind of bought into the upswing, and they had already had difficult times with the boats on the Mississippi River. And they built that up, and now they're having huge problems funding the infrastructure. I haven't been by there in about 7 years, but it was certainly a good time. And then you get bored, go up to Memphis, which is a kick-ass city. Heavy crime though. But yeah, Tunica, Mississippi is really hurting right now. I got an idea this COVID thing will finish them off for good, unfortunately. Hey, so true. How you doing? But Las Vegas, you know, I can remember this would have been like 86, 87, where I would get employees that did a good job. I had 2 guys one time that went and repossessed a car for me someplace, North Carolina or something. They did a really good job. I mean, they just outwitted the person that was driving it that shouldn't have been. And I bought them both 3 days and 3 nights and 4 days, something like that, in Las Vegas. And I remember it was $350 a piece to send them out there. Airfare, everything. Those days are over. And then, you know, Las Vegas, you know, morphed into kind of a destination. You know, they kind of switched to like corporate family deals, and it's not quite like that anymore, which is smart. In places like Chicago with the McCormick Center, that for years that was like the mecca of big giant events, they lost tons of business to Orlando and Las Vegas. And it was basically because of the union scale rates that people had to pay, and they basically priced themselves out of the market. I'm sure Chicago wishes they didn't have the McCormick place right now. I think the days of the big events are heading south. I'm gonna head back through around the airport again. I think I'm gonna go out to Ann Arbor and get a good dinner. And then I'm going to go to the Barnes & Noble in Ann Arbor, which is like a big ass-kicker one. And then I'm going to cut over to the airport where I used to keep a plane. I haven't been by there in a while. maybe slink down through Ypsilanti. I'm gonna stop at the Belleville Walmart. And I'm just gonna party. Yeah, big conventions have been in trouble for a while. But man, this COVID thing, I try not to talk about it because I'm on the road all the time, and what I see is really bad. It's so sad. There's an A320 Frontier Airlines. You hear how loud these planes are today? That's because the wind's coming out of a different direction than it normally does when the planes are landing to the southwest. And it's a family. I would like to go. Honestly, I mean, I used to love flying, even in commercial planes. I was watching the Weather Channel one time, and they had the 737 short airplane with modified squat switches on the landing gear and automatic thrust reversers and these custom spoilers. And they would land on the runway in Unalaska. And to fly a jet in and out of a 4,000-foot runway with mountains all over, there's a video on it. Look at Alaska Airlines 737 Dutch Harbor. And the FAA finally made them quit doing it, but I saw that on the Weather Channel and went up there just to ride on that 737. So cool. All you saw was mountains everywhere, and you were way below them when you landed. When the plane lands, everybody claps. Yeah, I kept a plane. Yeah, I kept a couple of them there. Ann Arbor, yep. I still have a private detective license, but actually it expires in September. But I haven't really done PI work in about a long time, probably 9 years. Yeah, private detective, yep. Look at that plane. Hey, Alan. Yeah, I'm sick. I get sick of stuff, man. You couldn't pay me enough to do it. And I might not even renew my private detective license. I don't give a shit about it. When people are wanting you to do things and you're talking them out of it, that's not a good sign. I'm doing pretty good, Dave. How you doing? Hi, Tracy. Like summer in a normal place. It's like summer most of the year. Yeah, I believe that, Alan. Yeah, it's tough out there. See, these flags are dead. It's kind of weird. They're behind that tree. This is a great cloud day, I'll tell you that. Yeah, me too. I'm going by it right now. It's such a cool tree. Find me a better example of something that looked better dead than when it was alive. And that's an old tree. I bet that baby's 150 years old. I'm not kidding you. Have a moment of silence here. This is my idea of the tree of life. It's dead. I think that should be the international sign for COVID. It's right on the northeast corner of Wickham and Vining Road. Go on Google Earth, you can find it. Wickham and Vining Road. I'm on Wickham now. It runs east-west, and Vining up there runs north-south. Northeast corner. You see that big building way down there? That's all that new Amazon stuff. It is cool looking, isn't it? That's my new avatar. I don't know why they made it so you can't turn left here. Such a pain in the ass for no reason. And they put a permanent no left turn, and the light doesn't have a green arrow. What a stupid ass that designed this. I mean, this is bullshit. Look at these clouds today. I'm going to be photographing my ass off today. See, now I took Daisy. I love taking Daisy with me. If I had my druthers, if the air conditioning worked in this, I would take her everywhere. And if I had a crystal ball, I would have had the air conditioner fixed. But you never know when this band is going to be the last trip in it. So that's why I didn't fix it. Look at these clouds. Yeah, I'm telling you, I swear to God. Great picture from a great camera. That's the best camera I've ever had. Big time. Every single shot is automatic. I don't do shit but push the button. Swear to God, I could give that camera to anybody and the same thing about you. I think I was a half-assed decent photographer back in the film days. Nothing great, but I mean, I had to know a lot more. I bet I don't know what 99% of the functions on that camera are. I don't need to. I don't read camera manuals for fun. I read them because I gotta do it to have a picture look decent. But with this new camera, it's got this new 256 grid that measures everything. I don't do shit. I give it to a monkey. I swear to God. Time to party. Ann Arbor. Nah, it's got leaks all over. The compressor's messed up. It's just not worth fixing. It's like $2,300 bucks. I didn't realize we'd have Texas summers for 2 years in a row. Party time. Yeah. No, they're just clouds. It will. The only thing that can happen to that tree is they're trying to sell that property, and I'm sure it'll be taken down. Yeah, it's the compressor. Yep. No, what happened to it? Thank you, good cat. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Eric. Yeah, a lot more interviews. I got a bunch more to upload, and I'll get some more before I leave. I have no plans on going back home. This red car is going pretty slow. Oh, she did? Yeah, I know it is, yep. Oh no, construction. If this is bad eastbound, I'll take 96 back, M14. See, if I'd have known this, of course it's not bad now, I don't want to telegraph the 96 to M14, but I really don't have any reason to be in Ann Arbor. This is how people get in accidents. Nobody's planning an expressway to be all of a sudden 10 miles an hour. Look at this dust. If I get lung cancer, we'll know why. Look at this bullshit. That can't be good for you. Yeah, if I run into the back of somebody, it's because I just rolled up the windows with no air conditioning and I passed out. You can't tell me this shit's good to breathe in. See how that wind's coming out of the northwest? That's why you could hear those planes like you do. It's almost a slight tailwind. Man, do you people care about people's health? That goddamn thing. Yeah, I believe it does. I held my breath through there. Yeah, I'm definitely not going, well, eastbound's all right. It's this westbound is the problem. Doesn't it seem crazy that you would like be having that concrete dust, that you'd be doing that in a day like today? Look at that thing covered in dust. Can't even see out the windows. But back to these beautiful clouds. It's dustier than a bitch here too. That just seems like not right. Look at this big flag. Looks like an octopus. guys ever go to a California pizza kitchen? It's good. I stayed at this Red Roof Inn for probably 15 years. Time to party now. Party and planes, yep. Yeah, it has been getting pretty orange, yep. This guy doesn't like losing to the Astro van. I made this trip a million times. I went to college out here. Plus my sister went here. Riding that guy's ass. Thank you for watching. She's doing fine, Amanda. She's doing great. Off drugs, working full time. Excuse me. That guy did a good job merging. I just uploaded a video on both of them. These people are doing a great job getting on the expressway. A+. in a row. That van that just got on, that's the kind of van I have sitting down in Atlanta. Toyota Sienna. How you doing, Aguilar? See, I still have friends out here that own airplanes, and I know I could call them and I don't give a shit about it. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting a good dinner here in a little bit. I spend so much time around this place. Ann Arbor's a good town. It's gotten so expensive though, even the doctors can't afford to live in the city limits. I give Briarwood credit for hanging in there. Although I've been here in a while. How you doing? Look at gas out here. $2.39 is cheapest. What a ripoff. What's that? Lake Michigan Credit Union. That's cool. Last time I went to a doctor, which kind of psychiatrist or a family practitioner? It is a nice day. It's actually cooler out here. Ann Arbor, city of trees. Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to put on my lesbian hat and get better service. Nope. No, I'm not gonna go to Satchel. No, I'm gonna go to California Pizza Kitchen. I'm gonna get her Kung Pao spaghetti. So good. It's overpriced, but I'm gonna get it anyway. Their pizzas are good too. But now that I got that angry oven, that's California Pizza Kitchen quality food. Free windshield repair. Yeah, I waited too long. So you can't see, this place is going south too. There ain't, look at that good looking girl waving. All right, maybe it could fix my windshield. You can't fix this big crack. See now, P.F. Chang's. See, the mall's closed, but the stores on the corner are open. I checked. Yeah, but I mean, this was an upper end. This was a Taubman Mall. Alfred Taubman. That's, I won't bore you with all the details, but you know, the Fab Five, bunch of black kids. You think I exploit people? How about the University of Michigan? End up taking away their championship because I made a free phone call and got a lunch money, some lunch money, and then take down all their championship banners. And Alfred Taubman was a convicted felon, and they named the wings of the hospital after him. They didn't take that down though, did they? That's why I say U of M is so full of shit in so many ways. It's treated as a private institution and it's funded through public dollars. I hope they lose every damn football seat they got over this COVID shit. They're a bunch of total hypocrites. Take away the kids' basketball scholarships for making a phone call on the coach's phone and giving him lunch money, and taking a convicted felon and putting his name on a hospital wing because he donated money. That's the pure bullshit of that place. I hope they're having yard sales in Michigan Stadium in a year from now. And I hope they lay Harbaugh off and he never gets hired again anywhere else. $8 million a year for an average record. That shows you the insanity of these lunatics that run these institutions. Taubman Medical Center. Fuck. What a bunch of bullshit. No kidding, man. No shit, I hope it turns into where they start having monster truck things and they just drive all over it where the football field used to be. And you can get in for $1 and smoke hash on Hash Bash. I hope Harbaugh blows all his money in the stock market and has to sell peanuts and popcorn. What a fucking dick. He really is a huge asshole. Honest to God, I do. I wish they'd fill that fucking thing up with water and make an aquarium out of it. And just have all blue and yellow fish in there swimming around. Fucking douchebags. What a shit place. And they're excellent at brainwashing too. You'll come out, if your kid goes there for 4 years, he's going to come out of there wondering if he ought to like girls or guys and seriously consider a sex change, even though he went in there as a straight kid with a girlfriend. They will brainwash your ass so bad. And then they have it both ways. Oh, it is so true is right. I'm not kidding you. I hate that place. I don't hate the kids, and you can learn things there, but it's just such a sham in a lot of ways. Get pissed off thinking about it. Probably part of it is because I couldn't get in there. That's probably part of it, but a lot of it's not. A lot of it's not. It's just witnessing this scam over my lifetime. Well, what I really have a problem with is that legacy policy. You know what that is? If you have a relative that went there, you stand a better chance of getting in. Now, they've covered their ass on hiding this, but in a few lawsuits and depositions, they've admitted to it, which is absolute nonsense. A public institution giving advantages. You talk about discrimination. So you're discriminated against because you don't have any relatives that went there. Is that some bullshit or what? See, I usually park way out in the middle of nowhere, so I got a chance to crack somebody's head if I see them getting close to my van. There's no reason they should be next to it. This place is starting to head south too. Before you see they're not, nobody's open here. I mean, I don't think malls are open, but the parking lot's looking shitty. It's expensive to maintain big, large blacktop parking lots. And when you start seeing these big chuck holes and grass growing, they don't have that money coming in like they used to. Capitalism. You can't afford to maintain it like the good old days. Look at all the weeds and shit in the growing up in the cracks. That would never used to be that way. This was an upper tier, top-notch mall. Under this tree. This will be the honor to Ann Arbor. I'm parking under a tree. This tree needs to get sprayed. Hey Katie, thank you. What do you want me to blow it on? Oh yeah, I want to start an internet radio station, but only so we can have live call-in people, and that you can hear both sides of the conversation. It sucks having to type. I mean, I don't have to do it, but you guys do. It'd be nice to just hear both ends of the conversation. Plus, I don't want like sponsors or any of that horse shit. We can talk about whatever we feel like. Nah, I checked into the podcast. It was just too like legit for me, to be honest with you. You need like all this equipment. I want to be like wing it on the fly. I just don't want to like, people say, well, do you want to do a book on your photography? No, I don't. I'm too lazy. I know better than I know what my limitations are. If I ever incorporate, I'm going to incorporate, the name's going to be Half-Assed Incorporated. Because I don't want to do all this formal bullshit. Yeah, I want to keep it simple. It's like making a documentary. You think you got to make a documentary to like be to solidify that you're just not twiddling your thumbs out there. But now that I'm older, I realize what a big crock of shit it all is. I'm not out to impress anybody or be politically correct or get a sponsor. That's why I would never consider Patreon or donations or any of that shit. I wish I could hide the views on YouTube, to tell you the truth. I find it almost embarrassing, and I don't think views are what determine whether a video is good or not. It's your own subjective interest. There's great videos on YouTube that don't have 10 views. Yeah. Nah, PF Chang's, I used to go to them religiously in Chicago, Scottsdale, Arizona, but this one is absolutely terrible. So I kind of got turned off on. I'm going to California Pizza Kitchen. Yeah, I'm in Ann Arbor, yep. Oh, 23 in Carpenter? Yeah, I know where that's at. Yeah, they take a third. Can you believe that? That super chat is a third. They take 30%. I always cover the spread. Just because, somebody's feeling good, they're wanting to do a nice thing, and they send some money. I don't want to, say, hey, look, that $100 you sent, it's actually only worth 70. I don't feel comfortable telling people that. They don't know, and they keep it a big secret too. They don't realize that. You don't have a notice come up and say, hey, by the way, there's a 30% charge. That's because nobody would do it. You're already bent over and holding your ass before you realized a month later that's what they take. Yeah, that Fleetwood Diner, that damn thing's been going in and out of business my whole life. I don't even know if they're in business now or not. I never go downtown anymore. Yeah, it's a third, no. Mama, you would love the vegetarian dinners they have down here at California Pizza Kitchen. It's really good food. It's a great chain, believe it or not. I love California Kitchen. They really do shit right. I know a guy that was a big shot. Now, you say, well, why do you bring this up? Well, I joke about Jews a lot, but I also have the utmost respect for them. One of my best friends is a Jew, and they just are so, I'm generalizing, but they just do shit right. And the reason this triggered my memory is because I had a friend of mine that had a pretty good job. I didn't meet him to Chicago. He had a pretty upper level management job with California Pizza Kitchen in Chicago. And he got drunk one night, and he came up with their pineapple pizza. Now look, that's cool. You come up with a pizza, right? But it isn't rocket science. And as it turned out, the whatever pizza it is with pineapple on it really did well. And he got drunk one night, and his girlfriend dumped him. And he was drinking, which is what happens to most of this weird shit when people get in trouble online a lot of times. And he was making comments about what a bunch of cheap Jews that he worked for. And they got wind of that. And you know what the outcome was. He was let go the next day. And he bounced around from a couple other chains. I don't know what he's doing now. But alcohol and going through a stressful time and talking shit. He's a good guy, and he didn't have anything against Jews. He would brag to me about working for him and how good they were, but he had drinking, and he thought he should have been compensated for the pineapple pizza. And they definitely didn't appreciate those comments. Is the Jennifer video up now? Can you watch that? You know, PayPal, if you send it as a friend, because then they don't take on any fees. And also put in the subject box what it's for, who it's for. Hey, Jenna. And don't send me any money for me. I know I look like I'm a broke son of a bitch, but I'm not. Appreciate it, but I'm fine with money. I love doing these videos. Just got lucky. And it's fun for me to do, and I wouldn't in a million years expect anybody to subsidize my hobby. But there's a girl with just beautiful hair. Yeah, and you know, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I always think that too. I know what you mean. Pregnant and doing drugs. But that just goes to show you how damaged they are. You know, a mother should be on her A game carrying a person around, but that shows you where they're at mentally. It's super sad. Oh, I appreciate it, John, but honest to God, I'll send you one. I'd send you one. Yeah, Cindy, it's Post Office Box 41, and that's West Branch, Michigan, 48661. You know, our mall's open. I see all these cars in front of Macy's. What's that? I'll tell you another interesting story out here. I think it was, now don't quote me on this, Saks Fifth Avenue, one of these high-end retail stores. You know, these leases are complicated on these malls. And they ended up going to court with Taubman and lost. And Taubman forced them to build a store. And their argument was that Taubman lied about the sales figures of the mall. And it was a bunch of bullshit. So they weren't making money from day one. But I followed the lawsuit, and they lost. You know, Taubman had also got caught rigging auctions between Sotheby's and Christie's. Yes, the same Taubman with his name on the side of the hospital at the University of Michigan. I hope you people realize how full of shit that outfit is. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Hey, Amber. Oh, most malls are open? Okay. Well, I'm going to know in a minute. Yeah, I think it might not be Saks Fifth. It's on the other side, but I know they lost that lawsuit, and they were forced to build. Yeah, money does corrupt, yeah. Yeah, what'd you think about that loss, boys? How was he to work for? And when he died, that damn, and it's up to them, right? It's their stuff, but he had a hell of an art collection. And that daughter or son, whoever was responsible for this trust or the estate, they yanked all those kick-ass paintings out of the Detroit Institute of Arts. I don't know. And I'll tell you another thing too. The estate tried to sell them, and none of those paintings met reserve. Not one of them. Not one of those paintings met the reserve. Yeah, Jana and Casey are still out there. I don't see him, but I see her walking up and down the street a lot. I saw her almost every day I was down to Southwest. Yep. They're still down there, yep. See, back in the day, you'd have never saw some old half dead ass tree. There's another dead tree. This place is really slipped, old brown grass shit laying all over. Oh, thank you, Amy. I'm sure you can't give away them all nowadays. No, Becky has not got a tent. You like dead trees? Yeah, I do too. I like dead trees near the airport, but not little ones. It just makes the place look junky. It's one thing to have a cool 150-year-old dead tree in a field of soybeans. It's another one to have in a mall parking lot that's supposed to make it look nice. Yeah, I believe it, man. Sears, man. I can remember I would get my that was the busiest and biggest Sears in the world in Lincoln Park, Michigan. And I would get my school clothes there. And you couldn't find a parking spot back in the day. Yeah, isn't that tree cool looking? I think it is, yep. And I just feel like just not doing shit today. No, I've never been to Puerto Rico, no. No, I'm in Ann Arbor. Actually, I remember, I dropped out of college one year and worked for Hart's Mountain, the pet company. And I would go to Kmart's world headquarters with a whole truck, like a Penske truck, filled with liquor to give to the buyers of Kmart for Christmas. And I'd have to wait in line 3 hours just to drop off gifts. See, Walmart, it's the opposite. It's not that kind of job. Sure enough, Walmart's still in business, and look what happened to Kmart. I'll tell you another interesting thing, too. You know that Walmart, their upper management, never recruits from any top-tier colleges. They never go to Yale or Harvard or any of those places. They go to little dinky... There's one, I think Vanderbilt they draw out of quite a bit for some reason. But here Walmart's kicking everybody's ass, and they've avoided top-tier colleges like the plague for upper-tier management. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it's a terrible life. Yeah, it sure is. Yep. Yeah, Sherry's a sweet woman. Oh, how was that sirloin steak? How was it? You're gambling, man, aren't you? You never know what you're going to get on sirloin. No, there's videos up of me. There's videos up of me. You can look at them. I don't want to scare you. I got to finish off this Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Sirloin steak, huh? That's good. Yeah, that Amazon plant out near where that dead tree is, just like I put a video up a couple weeks ago just to show you how big it is. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that Amazon. Really, I haven't really spent much time thinking about it. You know, I used to love Amazon and used to really look at their reviews and love their customer service, but I've been approached 5 times to write reviews for Amazon stuff. They'd give me the item and I got $5. And then Amazon, hit the panic button because people realized that, this bullshit is a bunch of false horse shit. So then they went to the verified purchase. And I think that's just as much hoard out. Now, I don't trust Amazon at all. Those reviews are bullshit. They're always pushing the junk that they get out of Ethiopia and Taiwan for a penny and try and make it look like it's just as good as the stuff that you used to be buying. You want to really get bent over, buy some of their gourmet coffee, and you'll realize what a sham it is. And the really good deals are kind of like on outdated stuff. That's what Walmart does with computers. You go in there and, if you're a grandparent and you want to get your grandchild a computer and you don't know shit about computers, you're not realizing that that's like 4 years old. Little RAM, not much of a hard drive, some cheap piece of shit. I agree about that, Rusty. I think I think he should like do something. I wish one of these rich guys, they've had every escort in the world and every sports car and vacation home and left their wives, and you think that after all that stuff money can buy got old? I wish Jeff Bezos would just like get on my channel and say, hey, I got a $500 billion I don't know what to do with. Do you think you could find a property for me in Detroit to have like a first class rehab? It's like, yeah, I do. I sure will. I would work there for free. No, on the other hand, I don't think just because you're successful that necessarily makes you obligated to fund projects for the rest of society. I would do it. I know a lot of people on here would do it. But I don't think it's a requirement. It's their own volition, You got Bill Gates money, Warren Buffett. That's one interesting thing I find about these videos. For years people drove by people like Sherry and Jennifer and Marguerite and didn't give them the time of day. And now that the dots have been connected on a social media site, they're looked at entirely different. And I really can't figure out why. I tried getting a hold of these Detroit TV stations and newspapers and said, hey, I'd like to tell you about these people. I tried doing it with Angel and Penny, and they wouldn't even return my phone call. That's why if I ever get lucky where I get something where I could really do a difference, I wouldn't give them the time of day, newspapers or TV stations. I wouldn't mumble one word to them. Yeah, it's cool in Ballina. Yeah, you're free. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Robert Redford. He even realized when he was doing that Sundance Film Festival thing that it gets to the point where even if you're doing something for free, it's expensive. So, they had to turn that into like basically a big timeshare just to pay the bills. That's why I see my thing. I don't have any expenses. Just, hotel and gas. It's nothing. I want to keep it that way. Hey, Jeff. I like to keep it that way. Amethyst. Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, Horse Whisperer. He's a good guy. Yeah, I try and buy local. Yep. Yep. I feed her McDonald's hamburgers. Hey, Sherry. Baked chicken. Yesterday she had pork chops. Look at this tree branch. It's right outside my window. Oh yeah, Kathleen, I believe it. It's true, Rachel. It's true. Yeah, I think Maddie's kids are her mother and her ex husband or whatever. I think the kids are doing fine. I don't know that for sure, but I don't have anything to believe otherwise. Yeah, I'm under this tree. It's not too bad, but it has cooled off somewhat. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Crystal. My mission? Yeah, I don't really have one, to be honest with you. Right now, it's getting some Kung Pao shrimp because I'm hungry. In this world nowadays, everybody's suspicious if you don't have like a manifesto or a business plan or a declaration or a goal or a philosophy. You're not going to find one here. It's just winging it, swinging. Hey, Cindy. You can send it to P.O. Box 41, West Branch, Michigan, 48661. Now that's one thing the old Astro van is lacking, and that is idler arms. They're about $800 for a set, and I've gone through quite a few of those. I think it was a bad design, but it's still worth it overall. It's nice and cool right here. Yeah, Melissa's a sweetheart. All these girls are nice. All of them. Great personalities. Just need a break. Need a sponsor. I was thinking of this. I've been thinking about this more and more. Like, I just like to get Sherry or Melissa and just drive them to somebody's house that's normal, not some pervert, a family where they had maybe another room or a separate house, and get them in rehab and just get them around normal people and let them see what life can be like outside of that environment. Because most of them, even when they get out of rehab, they don't have any place to go except back to where they're from. I think Ginger articulated that very well. Yeah, I can help them a little, I think. I agree, Virgil, yeah. I mean, the girls, the guys, everybody. I mean, you got to be up for this. Isn't going to be like, a pet turtle in a bowl. You got to, like, be ready for this, be somewhat be very knowledgeable about addiction and super supportive, and be looking at a goal down the road. Oh, thank you, Benjamin. Appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't give you like a canned answer on what I'm doing, but I really don't have I don't have one. To be honest with you. Yeah, Lita, that's true, but it's not as much as I thought. Maybe the prisons and the jails are much worse. These this law enforcement entities are really in a pickle now over this COVID stuff. They're afraid to lock anybody up. They can be liable for this. This is a really unique time in the world, and not a good one. Yeah, but I've learned, Tom, long ago. Yeah, they're out there, man. You see all sorts of human behavior. I see the good days with these women. God knows what it's like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Congratulations, Diane. Good for you. Oh, I bet it can be draining. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I bet it would be. Yep. Actually, Melissa explains her getting locked up on the interview, which I will upload. Oh, thank you. I do hear from family members. Yeah, I do. They get a hold of me. It's surprising the people that get a hold of me through the videos sometimes. Like Indian Liz, the state of Michigan got a hold of me and asked me if I would tell them where she's at, which I would never do. I ran it by her and she said she wasn't really up for them. So I told them no. And I do hear from people time to time if I see so and so, give them this phone number, that kind of thing. I deliver letters and all sorts of stuff from people. Yeah, I think a horse ranch would be pretty good, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it depends how you define suicide. If you hang yourself or blow your head off, that goes in the suicide bin. If you continually do drugs and you get hit by a car and you overdose or you die from endocarditis, that's considered a death, even though it's really a subtle suicide. So they're not dying like what you would consider successful people do by jumping off bridges. They're killing themselves softly, slowly, and over years. That's why they don't give a shit if they get a big heavy spike of fentanyl. They're going to live for another high, or they're not going to have to deal with it any longer. There's no in between. Horse therapy. Oh, wow, Johnner. Sorry about that. No kidding, huh? Wow. No, it's a subtle death. It's like they don't. How can you say they don't want to die when they're rolling the dice with fentanyl every day of the week? You know what I mean? Softly killing yourself. Well, this breeze is nice and cool here now. This is great. What time is it? Yeah, that's right, Jesse. Chasing the dragon. Yep. Horse therapy. I mean, I think horse therapy is cool and all that stuff. I think it's. I've seen. There's a religious outfit, Whisper something. I went to filmed a graduation one time for a cleaning lady. These religious people out in their West Branch whispering something. Maybe I got it mixed up with horse whisper, but it's some kind of horse riding things for kids. And that's great, but and I think it'd be great to take people down there and let them pet horses and ride horses, but I think there's a bigger thing that needs to be done. Maybe that'll be like down the road. Yeah, Rhea, it is. Yeah. Boy, this is a record amount of time for my phone. Hour and 45 minutes. You know, I'm beginning to think it's more tied to humidity than temperature. Yeah, I do. Yeah, these programs are around. They are. But I've learned, I always joked and said I don't want to be the white guy with the hot chocolate and the Bible. And that's kind of true. I think it would change things for me. I will tell you this, and it's almost everybody. Oh, thank you, Billy. I will tell you this, that when the camera's off with everybody, Jamie yesterday, Sherry, Melissa, I say, hey, look, I'm not going to be bringing this up all the time, but, here's my number. Things get bad. You really, really, really want to get out of here. You can call me, don't you? And they say, yes, I do know I can call you. And I said, that time may never come. I hope it does, but I'm not going to bug you about it. I tell them all that. Oh, thank you, Cindy. That's why, even though I feel bad about Raven, I'd have felt much worse if I never got to pitch her about taking her to Indiana or to the Upper Peninsula. But I got to lay it out there, and she didn't take the offer. And I feel much better about it than had I thought that she never had that opportunity pitched to her. Believe me, it's a big difference. Yeah, it's true, Harolding. Yeah, that happens, Well, it's nice weather now. Now I wish I had Daisy with me. But there's no way of knowing that, Oh, yeah, believe me, I know that. Yep. Yep. Just see a young girl like that under those circumstances. That's true. Yep, pretty much true. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. No, that's true, Jen. That's why if you listen to the Katie interview a month ago or so, she doesn't want any responsibility. And being a working girl on heroin allows for that. One thing that's really remarkable to me that I've kind of learned through this, and that, I found all this accidentally. I'm learning just like you guys are. I didn't know a damn thing about heroin addiction until I fell into this. And I still don't know that much, but one thing that I find really interesting to me, and that is how, because you don't run into women in these dire circumstances in normal life, and that's how women can disassociate themselves from a sexual act. It bothers them at first, and then it slowly, subtly tapers off to where blowjobs are no different than raking leaves. You're getting paid for it. And that just is, I don't see how you can be born into this culture and have that complete turnaround. I mean, when you're living a normal life and people have guilt about having sex and when they have it and the circumstances and of being of age and partners and all this bullshit. And then you have someone that comes from the same environment you do, and they get to a point in their life when they're a young, attractive woman, and that having sex with strangers for money is like, doesn't even register on the emotional meter. It's a means to an end. Just like washing and waxing cars, only it pays less. It's crazy. That's just gotta like do something to your mind. Now, on the other side of it that I find equally as interesting is that there are all sorts of women out there that can have sex with 15 different strangers in a day and go home and have a great love life with their boyfriend. It's just wild. Yeah, no kidding. And the boyfriends kind of go through the same mental conversion the girlfriends do. Before you know it, you need this drug money, and your moneymaker's your girlfriend. And it's terrible, and you're pissed off, and you want to know what they did. And after a few months, it's no different in their minds than the guy's wife that goes off to be a legal secretary at a law firm. That emotional, normal attachment to sex is gone. It's a means to an end. Which is just crazy. Yeah, they block it. That's no kidding. You know, this sounds terrible, and this is no knock against women, but I've often thought of it's just the organic differences in a woman's brain to a man. And I'm not saying this in any negative way, but let me give you an example. You know, women dance together at a club. Uh, Guys wouldn't think of doing that. And it seems to me that women, in a weird way, have an easier time doing this than men would. I'm not talking about male, like a straight guy turning into a male prostitute. I just don't see it. And they need the money just as bad as the women do. I mean, I don't see straight guys just giving head for 10 and 20 bucks a pop, even if they had the opportunity. They're just not going to do it. But the women do it. It's so weird. And it's not uncommon to the women, they don't care if it's with a woman or a guy, but once again, the way that women think. You don't see well-dressed women on their way to work pulling over to have sex with another woman. But you do see well-dressed men doing it. So it's this entire different psychological makeup of this occurrence. It's interesting to me. No, I tell you, man, I think probably some guys do it, but I'm telling you, I ask about that a lot, and I get stuff that's clean, good info. There's no reason to bullshit me. And I should have found out about that accidentally by now, and it never happens. It's so interesting to me, that the brain chemistry is like, it just works differently. I mean, there are guys down there that are heroin addicts that need dope money, and they will roll the dice on robbing someone. And you could offer them $500 to give head to a guy, and they wouldn't do it. It's so different. I don't think they're doing it. I don't think they're doing it. It's interesting. It's like straight couples where the guy talks the wife into having a threesome or bringing another girl into the picture. But you look at the wife wanting to bring another guy into the picture, it's not the same numbers. It's just not. Why? Where a woman, it seems to me, even if she can't stand it, under certain circumstances, whether it's to please her male partner or whatever, she'll do it once or twice or isolated incident, but the guy, nah. I'm not saying it never happens. I'm generalizing here. So damn crazy. It's it's more questions than answers. You know what I mean? And when and if you sit 100 people down, none of them, they can't even throw anything out there. I know why this is that way, and I just have to think that it's just the organic nature of brain chemistry and the difference in the sexes. I think women can, yeah. I think they'll do things that a male wouldn't do under a similar circumstance. You know, that's what I think. I just have too many examples of it. You could go to a male and they're both heroin addicts and they need money bad. And there is no way in hell that male's going out and giving blowjobs. I don't give a shit how dope sick they are. I'm not saying it never happens, but by and large, we're the female. It's like, this sucks. I don't want to be doing it, but we need this dope. It happens all day, every day, like Tassie would say. That's a interesting theory, Matt. You know. No, I'm not fantasizing. It doesn't really do anything for me. I think you think other people think like you do, Billy. It's not that way. You see how you started thinking? Nobody mentioned that until you made that comment. Have you ever had your... No, there are. That's a different subject, though. Yeah, there's plenty of straight guys that do gay porn. I get this, but that's a different, whole nother subject. Yeah, I think Billy Blue's fantasizing. Pull your pants up, Billy, pervert. Yeah. Well, Danny, that's because you're not into it. That's why. You're not into it. That's why you couldn't understand it. But if that's what you were into, it's hard for anybody to think outside the box if it doesn't interest them. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They don't get the same clientele. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Danny. Yep. We're having a Sunday sermon. Dead trees. I think I am going to do a photography book, and it's going to be called Dead Trees. Rather than all these lush, full figured, beautiful trees with leaves, I'm just going to go around and do a book on dead trees with no leaves on it. It's going to be my claim to fame. Rather than look at the beauty and the carbon dioxide and the aesthetics of beautiful trees, I'm just going to go around finding dead ones. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's another dead tree over there. And then we're going to flip it over, and what it's going to be we're going to vote on the most beautiful dead tree. That's an oxymoron. No problem. Yeah, dying is a part of living. That's right. Yeah, it's true. Look at that poor little dead tree. It didn't even make it past past a year old. Came from the nursery, got put in the ground, and it's dead already. Yeah, I mean, who wants to see these horseshit books with some beautiful, full-leaved, gorgeous maple tree? I want to see a book with dead trees. In order to qualify for the book, you can't have any leaves, not even one. See, this tree couldn't make it because it's only half dead. It's got to be one like the one over there, all the way dead. Yeah. All right, Johnner. Sorry about your experiences. Yep. And the nice thing about doing dead trees is I wouldn't need to worry about the color saturation, like that I got the greens right, or the browns and the grays of the bark. It'd just be a dead tree. It'd be like so easy. I want you guys to think about this, will you? On this dead tree book. Now that I could get motivated on. We could make Christmas cards. We could make get well cards. Instead of that bullshit happy face or glass half full horse shit. Whenever you knew someone that had a bad day or was sick or even a birthday, they're going to get a beautiful card with a dead tree on it. They're going to open that up, and I hope, if I've done my job right, everyone's going to think, what the fuck? This asshole just sent me a birthday card with a dead tree. I mean, what are you getting at here? Yeah. You know, it's not going to be plant a tree, save a life, none of this horse shit. It's going to be it's going to represent reality. Yeah. And really, if you think about it, I mean, if you just got a house and you planted dead trees, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. You could see all the birds that landed on them. You'd never have to water it. You didn't need to worry about it dying because it was dead when you planted it. I mean, I think we've come up with something revolutionary accidentally, just like I did with the interviews. Yeah, Haroldie, now we're talking. Shit, yeah. And I think we should really get out of the box and we should make it a crime. I'm not talking about a civil infraction, a misdemeanor, to remove a dead tree anywhere. Yeah. I need help on this now. I want other input on this dead tree. It'd be so great. Oh, I like that, Lita. No, no rotten apples. That is exactly right. Yeah. And if one of these municipalities that was bought into this fantasy land of what the yard should look like gave us some shit, we could get Audubon and Cornell, they're really into birds, to come to our defense that the dead tree was left up for woodpeckers. Because bugs, live in dead trees, and therefore, I think it's the way to go. Yeah, I like that too. That's a good one, Joanne. Yeah. We need to find a better way to articulate celebrating the dead tree. And we can just, that property is eventually probably going to get sold, although it's not an easy sell like the old days. Everything is pretty much in neutral now with this COVID horseshit. Plus, the economy's been dead forever anyhow. Who's shitting who? But like that tree out near the airport, if we see new construction going on, I will go over there as the organizer, and I will talk to the project manager. I'm going to say, hey, look, I just want to let you know that there are 200,000 people that watch the videos of this dead tree, and I have to ask you to not cut it down because it represents reality. And there's a lot of people that like it. And if he says, get the hell out of here, we'll do whatever he wants. It's a big old dead tree, we're cutting it down. I can say, well, I tried to keep this friendly, but I'm going to take up a GoFundMe and I'm going to pay the airfare for everybody that's ever paid attention and appreciated this dead tree. And we're all going to come out here and we're going to pick it. And we're going to not allow you to, we're going to lay down in front of the tree. And you'll have to drive over us to start the saws. Like they do with the living redwood trees. We're going to do it with dead trees. And we'll just pitch a bitch and make a big enough of a crazy stink where the national media will come out there and just think we're just a bunch of lunatics. And I'll be able to have paperwork. It's like, yes, I am crazy. Here are my psychiatric records. So you have no argument anymore. I mean, here's a half-inch thick binder of my mental health. This ought to make perfect sense to you. Right on, Lost Boys. Right on, Angela. Yeah, I mean, if they come out and say, well, you've got some serious mental health issues and that we're not going to pay any attention to them, they say, well, I definitely have some serious mental health issues. They're not as bad as they used to be. Here's this folder, and thank you for being so perceptive. And then I'll give them a big hug. I mean, why not? Yeah. No, I don't like the looks of palm trees. Really, the problem I have is they're not indigenous to Florida, and they've ruined that place with that false landscape. It's such horseshit. Right, Rachel? No, I say we go with this, man. I mean, why not? Let's just, you know how the world is nowadays. Let's just run with this. The dead tree, and it's going to be a hell of a conversation starter. We're going to get Catherine, instead of doing T-shirts with Daisy and Marguerite on the cover, it's going to be dead trees. I mean, guys out there, if you're looking for girls, girls if you're looking for guys, that's going to be one hell of a conversation starter. It's like, excuse me, sir, I'll be eating here in this California pizza kitchen. Isn't that a dead tree on your shirt? It's like, yeah, it's a dead tree. I'm really into dead trees. I think they're beautiful, and this thing whole kind of, they're going to be asking me how you started this, just like I did the interviews. And I say, well, I used to go out the airport and watch these planes land, and there was this dead tree, and I showed it to a friend of mine up in West Branch, and he liked it, and then I just started taking more and more pictures of it, and people said the pictures were the same, but they're not, because the clouds are always different behind them. And we got talking about the beauty of a dead tree, and we just said, hell with live trees, then we're into dead trees, and we eventually got an ordinance passed where it's against the law to cut down a dead tree. And then you take it from there. But it's one hell of a conversation starter. No, they're not. We're not going to plant them close to houses. They're all going to be like the ones that started this whole thing out near the airport. I left the dog at the hotel. And look, so what if one falls on a house? Live trees fall on houses all the time. Don't be raining on our parade and casting shade on dead trees. That's the most simple argument against our vision. Don't start talking shit like this about dead trees falling on roofs and that kind of thing. Just like I don't want negative comments left about the girls, I don't want you making any negative comments about dead trees. Dead trees deserve better. Yeah, I left her, yeah. Well, it's not too hot now, but it seemed like it was going to be. Thank you, Lost Boys. Yes. Thank you, Rachel. Trees do matter, Brandy. Trees' lives matter. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to be able to turn this into like political bullshit with race and gender and all this horse shit. This is for everybody to support dead trees. Right. Right, John? Yeah, well, I'm serious, man. I'm gonna go forward with this. Now, this I can get motivated about. I really can. I can get motivated about this. This is a weird enough stuff that I'll really get my thinking cap on this and sink some money into it. I'm shitting you. I'm gonna contact Catherine tonight, and I'm going to get 10 T-shirts made with that dead tree on the front of it. Catherine, if you're listening out there, I don't want this shit for free. If you send me anything for free and you don't charge me full price, I'm going to delete your contact information. I'm going to act like I never heard of you. I'm willing to pay for these. I want to get 10 beautiful T-shirts with that dead tree on it. And then I want the 10 top essays of our philosophy, our code of ethics, on why this has been established, what our vision is. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to contact Catherine. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have her get right on it. She should be able to get a picture off the photos that I've taken. If not, I'll send her one. And we're going to get this movement going. I mean, what the hell, man? All this gender, race bullshit. We're going to put all this stuff on the back burner. We're going to take care of our own issues. This is one size fits all. Yep. Yeah, Peanut Tube it is. Yep. That's what we're going to do. But I need you guys to think, and we're going to have the 10 most compelling emails about this vision. Trees matter. Yeah. And if nothing else, I'm glad you said that, because that just triggered another thought, and that is that, yeah, the tree's dead, you know. But can you just fathom how much air purification that tree did over its life before it died? If you don't believe in any other part of the dead tree, consider what it's done. I mean, you know, we've got statues all over of famous people, even horses, Secretariat. It's time for the statue of the dead tree because of what it did. I mean, famous athletes out in the front of stadiums, famous racehorses. It's time for some statues of some dead trees. Right, Brandy. That's exactly it. Yeah. Right. I mean, Mari will tell you that death is a part of life. So I don't know how anybody's going to be able to attack me over this. You can't say that I'm killing dead trees because they were dead before I met them. I'm not having sex with them. I'm not exploiting them. I mean, how do you exploit something that's not alive any longer? This is my damn calling. Yeah, Brandy, I like this. This is my calling. I never had one really till today. Have you hugged your dead tree? Thank you. And I think we should really be vigilant on protecting trees that have died from getting cut down. They are looking at this entirely wrong. Yeah, right, Angela. Yeah. Yep. No, well, I don't care about gay enforcement. They used to not allow gay people in there. special bathrooms and cross-dressing and all that shit. Shit, my art teacher, Paul Ator, got arrested for trying to blow a Wayne County sheriff in Elizabeth Park 50 years ago. I guess he was born too soon. Now he'd get a big hug. That, unless he was in the wrong bathroom. So we've got something we're going to run with it. I don't care about laws. How about slavery? It used to be legal to have slaves. So you say they got code enforcement on dead trees. Well, that's about ready to end. And any politician that supports cutting down dead trees needs to be voted out of office. All right, Danny. Yep. So, what time is it? Does anybody know what time it is? I'm on my phone, and I don't have a watch. And ever since I had that battery issue up in Sault Ste. Marie, I can't change my clock time. See, I keep a bottle of shampoo for Daisy all the time. This is so great. I want you guys to think about this. Mari, I really need your input on this. I need a Native American take on this whole thing. Oh, thank you, Rachel. $3:00? Okay, good. That's good. These damn Barnes and Noble, they're hardly open anymore. I think they close at 7. I'm going to go to that one in Ann Arbor after here. Oh, thank you, John. Good. Yeah, she'll tell you, Harold. Well, 2 hours and 17 minutes on my phone today. That's crazy. Well, I think I'm going to sign off here, you guys, and I'll be on later. Let my phone charge up and go get a good dinner. And then I'm going to go over to Barnes & Noble. I'm going to go to the airport. Just take it easy. So you guys have a good day today. I mean, it's fun to be on the chat and talking, but I think you guys are probably also glad when it's over. Because then you're not blowing your free time on a nice day. But it wasn't blowing it today. Actually, it was very important, and it's instrumental to the new declaration of the dead tree. So you guys have a good day. Good day. See you, Alice. Bye, Angela, Suzanne. All right, Tom. Yeah, thank you. All right, yeah, Mari. I need you to, I want you to, see you, Pam. See you, Marnie. Rachel. Have a good day. Yeah. Goodbye, Jane. You guys think about this now. I'm not bullshitting you. You too, Joanna. Justin, yep. All right, Soul Rocker. See you, Diane. All right, Lita. Bye, Rachel. I'll be on later today. Have a great day. Shut up, Alex. Pull your pants up, you pervert. Thank you, Lost Boys. All right, Drowsy Doll. Bye, Natalie. Thanks, Blue Malibu.